Hello guys, welcome to my new video. People are asking, how do you design your bracelets? What kind of software are you using? How do you make it that it looks so nice? And I would like to also make some patterns for myself or maybe for the community. Okay guys, so first thing to say is that I'm using my laptop for these patterns, so it's not going to be working on your phone. Unfortunately, it's a software which is downloaded from the internet. I don't think it will work on a phone. This will be a tutorial for the people who are using computer. Now, the first thing I will do is, or the first thing you can do, you can go on this page, which is called sourceforge.net/projects/bracelet generator/. I will also link these in the description, so you can click this link and you can just download this bracelet generator. When you download your bracelet generator, of course, I'm not sure if it's working on a Macintosh computer because I'm using Windows, so let's say hopefully it will, I'm not sure. Okay, when you download this bracelet generator, then the icon will look like this, which actually looks like a red knot over blue string. Now when you open this software you will be surprised because you will see these red strings everywhere and it looks a bit, I don't know, like a bit difficult for the eyes. So what I'm usually doing here at the beginning is, before I done absolutely anything, before I clicked anything, I click this little icon here and I will change the default color. So I will click this one and I will put it, let's say, light gray. Then I click OK, OK, then I close it, no, and I reopen it again. And now what happens actually is that everything is nice and gray. So here, as you can see, you can you have these strings. You can do like a less strings and more strings, and then the rows you can put like a less rows and more rows. So let's say I want to create this pattern, which I already created, but I'm going to recreate it again, so you can see actually what I'm doing here. So I want to create a pattern from 16 strings, so I will literally click this until there are 16 strings. And now it's not obvious that how many rows we are going to use, but I know for this particular pattern that I'm going to use 16 rows. But when I create a new pattern, I'm not sure at the beginning how many rows I'm going to use. It depends on how I design the pattern. So what I'm going to do here, I want to create some nice, these rainbowy bracelet. So as you can see, these strings, there is you can just watch my mouse indicator, or how do you call it. So let's say I can start with the string number 2. So that will go into this left direction. Then I will go for the string number 4. Then I will go for the string number 6, 8, 10, and I will show you why. So the first string I'm going to select is this number 2, and I'm going to select these colors, some nice blue. So here you have some colors you can select, and I will select this blue and I will just make it maybe like this. This one is nice. Okay, and now, because for me it's important this line, that means I'm not worried about this. That means you can click on these little knots and they will change the knot. So you have these 4 types of knots here. So I'm worried about this. So right now, because I've selected that, I'm going to do this number 4 because I want to literally do this next one, which is not number 3, because number 3 goes into the right direction. So it will actually go away from it. So actually you need to click this little square under the number. And I will select some purple and OK. And now you can see when I click this, now I have 2 lines here and they are different color. Now I want to do this one here. So this one is going to be pink. So I will select number 6 and I will select pink. I'll make it pink like this, okay, and like that. Now I'll want to do number 8, and again I will adjust these arrows in the way I need. So here I select a red one, okay. Now another one, I'm going to select this number 10, and that's going to be orange one. Great, I just need to click on these arrows to literally get into the line. Now another one is going to be number 12, and that's going to be a lighter orange. So I will click again on this orange and I will just make it lighter like this. Okay, and again I will adjust these arrows. I know this one can be a little bit time consuming, but you will understand why I'm actually doing this. Now I will select this number 14, I will select orange and I will select even lighter orange, maybe like this. And I will select these arrows and I will just put them into this direction. And now number 16, and that will be this beautiful yellow, but not exactly this one, but I will move this little pointer and I will put the yellow like this. Okay, I like this yellow, which is more like a banana yellow or sun yellow. Great. And again I need to adjust these arrows. And now as you can see, I need to do this line, and this line comes as a number 15. So now number 15, I want to do this different yellow, which is this one. I will click OK and I will just adjust these lines. Now I want to use this line here, and as you can see here, that goes to number 13, and this number 13 is going to be one of these greens. Okay, let's say this green is nice. I just make it a little bit darker, and okay, fantastic. And I will just readjust it like this. And now the one next to it, that goes to number 11, and that will be darker green. But what I want to do is I'll go with the same green and I will just make it darker like this. And okay, fantastic. And I will just create this in this direction. Okay, now we still have 5 strings here. As you can see, this 9, 7, 5, 3 and 1, and these strings are light gray right now. As you can see, when I click on this little palette here, these are the colors you have in your bracelet. So eventually when I decide that I want to change this light gray for a white, which I can actually do even now, I'll just click white and okay. Okay, so they literally became white, which is easy, but I want to show you, I want to keep them light gray because I want to show you something, and that will be visible on this background. Okay, so now I have some colors selected here and I'm going to design some pattern with it. Of course, I already pre-designed this pattern before, so I know what I'm doing, but you can at least have an idea of what I'm doing here. So what is very important, at least for me, and it makes things much easier, is that when you, for example, see this blue string goes like this. So it goes into the left and then it's touching this corner and it goes down there into the right. So right now, if you want to make a pattern, this string should be also finishing here. So if it's a second here, it should be also second here. So it should be literally finishing when this yellow, where this yellow is, but it's not happening. If I add more rows, okay, so now I have 16 rows. Let's imagine I will add more. Okay, so now you can see the blue one was just touching this corner here. Now I will add another one. Now it's going back again into the left. So I will add more. And now you can see the blue one is fourth one, but I need to get it into second position. So I will do another row, which is 32. And now you can see, because we have 16 strings, and now we have 32 rows, which is literally a double amount. Now we got into this position where literally all strings are getting into the same positions as they are on the top. And why I made these strings light gray right now, because you can see them and you can count it by yourself. So this one is the first one, this one is the second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one, etc. But if I select this as a white one, which originally I want that to be white, right now it disappeared. And I'm confused if there is a string or if there is no string. So I'm not really sure if this blue one is the first one or the second one or the third one. So that's why at this particular moment I'm just going to select these as a light gray color, just to make sure that I know what I'm doing. Great, so this is the one way that you will literally double your amount of rows, the same as the strings. So that's if you have 12 strings, you will do 24 rows. If you have let's say 16 strings, you will do 32 rows. But there is also another way, and that's exactly how I'm doing sometimes. So that means you will do less rows. It can be like 18, 20, it depends on the pattern. how you will make your pattern. But let's say at this particular moment I'm going to do 16. So what I'm going to do here is I want these strings to be taking a different direction exactly in the middle. So let's say I want to have some blue line here. So I need to click on these strings, or on these knots actually, until I get the direction I need. So as you can see, I need to click literally like 3 times. And then here, exactly because there is this 8 line, which is a half of 16, I will do this direction. And now it will go back here into the left. And again, it will go into this corner and it will go right and right. But now, as you can see, it's a third one, which is not good. So I need to create this knot. So now what we've done, we created the one line of this blue, which is literally going to be repeating. That means it started as a second string and it's finishing as a second string. This is exactly what we are looking for. That's, let's say, crucial. Because if you don't do it that way, it will be more complicated and it can be much more difficult for some people to understand your pattern. Now with this purple string, I'm going to again click a couple of times until I will get the string as I want that string to be. Great, here it is, forward backward knot, and it goes back here. Then it is going here under the blue, and here it will go like this and like this, but again this one should be forward, so I'm going to click until it will create this forward backward knot. Great, so now we've done the same. You can see here on your right, when the pattern is appearing, that also the purple one is already sorted and it's in the right position. Now I'm going to work with the pink one. So these 3 are good, I like them. But here it's not good, so I will be clicking on these separate knots. Sorry, actually that was exactly what I was looking for. Great, so it's turning back again with this forward backward knot, and here I will just repeat what I've done up there. So it's going to be like this, and here again I'm going to create this forward backward knot. So it's on a 6th position on the bottom and on a 6th position on the top. Now I'm going to work with the red string. So red string here is good, I like it. Here I can't do anything because I already did this pink here. So the first thing I can do something is here. So I will do red like this, and again here on the bottom I will do this forward backward knot. So now, as you can see on the right here where the pattern is appearing, we are starting to have some nice design. Okay, now I have this orange here. So these 5 knots are great, I like them. Here I can't do anything, and the first thing where I can do something is here, and again I'm starting to click on these knots until it will appear the way I want to. And here it's wrong because that shouldn't be as a 11th string, but it should be as a 10th string. So I will just click this until it will show this forward backward knot, and I will literally do this now with this as well, with this lighter orange. So that is literally taking different direction with this blue one, as you can see. And now again I will be just clicking these ones, separate knots, until it looks like I've forgot to do this lighter orange. I was literally doing the lightest orange. Great, so this is done, and I will be clicking these ones. Fantastic. And here again I will do this forward backward knot. Now I already done this lightest orange, and again here I will do this forward backward knot. And now, as you can see, I have this nice sunny yellow. So again I want this just to be taking the other direction. So again I will just click like this. Great, and as you can see, it's first here, which means it's a 16 string, and here it's also coming as a 16 string. That's beautiful. And this other yellow, again I will do the same thing. Like that, I will click as many times on this knot until it will create backward forward knot, and then again I will be clicking on this until it comes here. And again as well, you see it's a 15 string and it's a 15 here. Now I will do the same with this green one. I will create this backward forward knot. That's amazing, and as you can see it's coming into the right place. And then the same with this darker green, and also that's coming next to this orange, and you see on the top that it is next to this orange. So now we have strings that are delegated in the right directions. That means they are also the same on the bottom as they are on the top. So we can see on this right side that the pattern is literally repeating itself. And when you see that the pattern is repeating itself, that means you have your knots here correctly, which is actually good. And that's exactly what we are looking for. But now, because you can see that there are like 5 of these strings, these light grays, I'm actually going to make them now white. That means I click on this one and I'll click on this light gray and I click white, OK. And OK, so now they're white. So as you can see in this particular pattern, these strings are something like a filling strings. So they will not appear if I left the pattern like this, but they are there because I want to have a 16 string pattern. Because I have these white strings there, I just said to myself, okay, let's try to create some pattern there, which will maybe make it a bit more nicer. So now, because I'm going to create some white pattern here, I know there is this number 3 and I know the number 3 goes into this right direction. So I will click on this knot and I will be clicking on this knot until it will create the knot which I'm looking for. Great, that's beautiful. Now we know that this white is taking different direction with this yellow, so it goes here. So I will literally click like this. Okay, great. So as you can see on your right, it created these beautiful white lines. And maybe that could be enough, but I'm going to create more white lines because I have more these whites here. So another one I will use is this number 7, because I know this number 7 again goes into same direction. So I will be just clicking this until it will create the particular node I'm looking for. And again, I know it's taking different direction on this darker green, so I'll go from here. Great, and as you can see now on your right, we literally created this pattern. I would say the pattern is ready now, which is fantastic, and I'm really pleased with it. It's actually my new pattern, which was also accepted on the bracelet book, and you can find it as a pattern 42894. Okay, so now we have a pattern ready, and you are asking, okay, so how am I going to save it? What should I do with it right now? I don't know what should I do with it. Okay, so what I usually do, I click File. You can, let's say, export it as a picture. So you do Export as a picture. Here I would eventually set up like JPEG maybe, and pattern and save. Great, so the pattern is here. As you can see, this is how the pattern looks like. It could be a little problem because it's a white background and you have a white strings, you can be sometimes struggling. So another thing, when you do a file and you do save as, here as you can see on the bottom it says bracelet and bracelet as well, like there's this little star here. So when you save it like this, let's say pattern 2 and save, so this one, it will create something like this in your folder, and this one is actually the pattern itself. It's not a picture, it's the structure of the pattern. So you just click on it, it will literally reopen your pattern and you can start to change whatever you want to here, you know, or you can change the colors. And that's another thing that's quite interesting, that when you click on this, and you, for example, want to change the colors, so maybe you want to make these different blue, okay, then you want to make these, let's say, different pink, and you want to make these red, maybe like a completely different pink as well, and then you click OK, you see that your bracelet literally got completely different colors, so that's fantastic. You don't need to change these colors here in these little squares. You literally will click on this palette, you can change the colors here. Also, another thing you can do in this software is like you can click this icon here and it will add to your pattern, like it will literally double your pattern, but usually here in this connection, so it will create some knots. Maybe sometimes you need to adjust it, so I'm just going back, I don't want to have it there. Or you can click this one and it will literally recreate your pattern into the other direction. That means it will literally like mirror your pattern, as you can see now. So now we have a 32 knots. And sometimes here in the middle, maybe occasionally there can be some discrepancies, so you just need to adjust your knots you need. Because, you know, like for example, imagine this, you have a green string here and the green string over there, I mean the dark one, and sometimes it will show you not like this, like this forward-backward knot. But you know that when you have two strings of the same color, you don't really do forward-backward knots or backward-forward knots. You're just doing or forward or backward knots. And the same sometimes can happen on the bottom. For example, here, as you can see, this one is this yellow and yellow, and sometimes it will show you this forward backward knot, so that's a bit of nonsense. I mean, there is maybe more to talk about this software, that would be eventually for some other video, but these are the basics how you can create your knots here. Also, there are people who are asking that why my patterns look different than, for example, this pattern, which was created by this bracelet generator software itself. That means you have this white background, and here you can see that this edge is not very good looking because it's really pushed to the edge. So what I usually do here, and I will show you because I have a Photoshop, so I will open this pattern, and what I do here, if I click this little icon here, this one I believe it literally means export as a picture, so it's the same when as I click this as export as picture, and I will not save it as a PNG or JPEG, but I will save it as a PS. So I will save it as a PS and save, and now I will literally open this in Photoshop, so it's this icon here, and here in Photoshop it will ask me how big I want to open it. Okay, what is good here, if you know in a Photoshop how to work with layers, I'm not necessarily saying that you know, but I'm just saying that that's how I do. So I will click this tool where I can resize the picture. I will select this 5x4, which is the format for Instagram, and I will just now make it larger, something like this. Now you can see that this pattern is not by the edge anymore. Now usually what I do, I mean, I'm not saying that this is a good way of doing it, but that's what I do. I just select this little pattern, this area where the pattern is, and I will just resize it a little bit this way. Okay, that's fantastic. Then I will take this particular pattern here and I will just resize it like that. And that should be fantastic. I will create another layer and I will put it underneath. You can see by the background that actually you have your pattern here, but your pattern is on the background where there is no background. So actually you can add your background. So what I usually do here, I will select some nice gray, maybe something like this. And I will add the layer underneath, and I will select this tool and I will just click anywhere where there is no pattern, like that, and I can change the color in the background, which is really fantastic. This is actually how I make my patterns for Instagram. And then when this is done and I like the way how it looks, I will select this text tool and I will select the white color. I will just click here and yeah, it's fantastic. And again, I will just flatten the image, and that's an image, that's the finished image. And this is what I really like about that software, that when I save it as a PS, and here it asks me if I want to have it these 1733 pixels, so let's make it, let's say 5000 pixels. Okay, and I just want to see if it will generate 5000 pixels. Okay, you see, that's great. So actually it has generated 5000 pixels. You see, even the quality is good. It's kind of literally working like a vector right now, so you can just resize it into any size. So this is how I do, and this is how I'm preparing my Instagram patterns. Guys, so thank you very much for watching this video. I know it was a bit longer, but it was quite important to show you how I work in this bracelet generator. Of course, there is also a bracelet generator on this page, which is called friendshipbracelets.net, I believe so. So also you can probably generate bracelets in their generator, which is already in their page. And guys, please give me a like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell so you will get an email when I upload a new video. I will definitely come back to these bracelet designs in my future videos. And please also watch my other tutorials, I think they are great. And have a great day and good luck with your bracelets. Thank you. Bye bye.